It's lovely to have such great support, on everything that we're doing. It's just, I was saying earlier today, it's sometimes a shame we don't sit back and reflect on how lucky we are to be in the world that we are, the sector, and dealing with so many incredible community organizations and the volunteers that really make us all strong. So.
Well, Community Development Halton has been a great resource for us as well.
Yeah.
So,
wonderful.
Yeah. Nice to see you again, Heather.
Yeah, nice to see you, Holly, as well. Yeah, it's great. Maybe I think if we're all here, we could introduce ourselves. That'd be the great first thing to do, I think. So maybe we'll just go around the room. I'm Heather Thompson with Community Development Halton. I'm Director of Age-Friendly Initiatives and help with a lot of other areas. And certainly I'm passionate about the Volunteer Center within Community Development Halton. Kate, I'll just go around the screen and have everyone introduce.
I'm Kate Holmes. I'm the Director of Community Engagement and Fundraising with Townsend Smith Hospice Foundation.
Thank you, Kate. And Christina?
Hi, everyone. I'm Christina. I am the chair of the fundraising committee at Townsend Smith. I'm also on the board, newly minted board member. It's just been a couple months. And so I'm learning lots about this world that you were talking about, Michael and Holly. And I'm also a counselor in the town of Milton. Not a therapist.
Although sometimes.
Sometimes I am, yes.
Nice to meet you. And Holly?
Hi, I'm the secretary to the board of directors at Townsend Smith. I've been there for a really long time. Along with John, it's been my pleasure to serve with him. I also serve on some of the committees for Townsend Smith.
Oh, wonderful. And we have Jessica here from Kojiko, who is also recording, and so I don't know if she can hear us right now. She's on and off, but she's certainly recording. So hopefully this will be next week on some of the news stuff that she does in the evening. So keep an eye out for it on Kojiko TV. And
yes.
John,
hi everyone. And Heather, I will make sure that I send you the air dates for each particular session, so you'll be able to keep everyone informed.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. And John, our guest of honor today.
Yeah, it's John Barrett. I'm the current chair of Townsend Smith Foundation. My term is almost up, unfortunately, but I will continue to sit on the site committee and continue to work with Townsend Smith.
Wonderful. Michael, we'll go to you.
Well, thanks, Heather. I'm Mike Nixon. I'm Executive Director of Community Development Halton, and have the pleasure of just working with some incredible people that really drive what we do in Halton. I don't think that people oftentimes realize how important our community network, community responders, particularly our volunteers are, especially during times like COVID, to the health and welfare really of everything that's going on in this region. Community Development Halton plays a part in that. I mean, we're a nonprofit organization committed to building a society in which diversity and equity are essential to all aspects of our lives. And as many of you know, through volunteerism, community development, independent research, CDH mobilizes action to improve the quality of life of all Halton residents. But more than that, it's the volunteers and the agencies in this community that do that for us. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to recognize just that.
So I just, so thank you all for being here today. It's wonderful. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to Volunteer Week, National Volunteer Week 2021, which actually begins on April 18th and runs through to April 24th. And it's our opportunity to honor our volunteers who have given of themselves to our communities across Halton. And today, certainly to the community of Milton, and I know beyond that, but focus on Milton today. And I know that this year has been a real challenge given the circumstances of COVID, the pandemic, and how organizations have had to pivot and adapt their services to meet the needs of our community members and to enhance quality of life. But it's been amazing to watch our volunteers informally and formally come out and help neighbors and friends with a lot of things that are happening today. And so we're very proud to have so many wonderful volunteers in our communities. But today we are especially pleased to recognize John Barrett. And John, for all the amazing work and outstanding service you've given to the hospice over the number of years that you've been involved. And I can't tell you how pleased we are to recognize the service that you have given and continue to give with the hospice. And I know you received your award, I'm sure. So you have it there.
I do.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah. And just wonderful. So again, congratulations on being a recipient of the award and all the wonderful work you do. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And John, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your volunteer role and what you do at hospice. And certainly you've been there for many years, and I know it's grown amazingly, and it's so wonderful to see. And you know, it's great to see all the passion, and because I'm part of these meetings too, and get the minutes of some of the things and the passion that people have and the number of volunteers that are involved. So maybe you can tell us about what you do.
Well, I've been chair now for, Holly, help me out here, 6 years. I joined probably about 10 or 11 years ago. They were meeting about every 5 or 6 months around a kitchen table. And from that point on, we started meeting more frequently. It took a year to get the Townsend Smith Foundation incorporated. Then it took another year to get the charitable number. And we were running a golf tournament through that time. For whatever reason, it died off. We just couldn't continue to make it work after 6 or 7 years. So we've thank Kate for having contacts and volunteers to take it over and start it up again. It's been really great. I think right now, if I remember right, we have well over 95 volunteers helping with getting the word out there and fundraising. We're hoping to make an announcement sometime this year about a site. It's one of those things you'd like to talk about, but you're afraid to talk about and jinx it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's near and dear to my heart. And unless somebody's experienced a family member or loved one going through a hospice, it is really hard to understand the difference it makes. The majority of Canadians, when surveyed, would love to die or pass away at home. The reality is 50 to 60% of them end up going through the hospital. So the hospice is a home away from home, if you think of it that way. And it's a great alternative because it relieves the stress from the caregiver, which is the family or the spouse, and still makes it feel like they're at home. It makes a huge difference. When my wife's aunt passed through Ian Anderson House, we were very impressed with it. And I had had exposure to Ian Anderson House before that happened. So as I say, it's near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to see us actually open the doors and take some residents and help the community.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, and hospice has that wonderful, beautiful whole care of support around the person and the family, right? Which is wonderful, and it allows, you know, a wife to be a wife, daughter to be a daughter, son to be a son again, and not necessarily always the caregiver, but has that support, which is amazing. So wonderful, wonderful work. Thank you so much, John. And if someone was interested in volunteering, what would you say to somebody who might be considering it? And so what would you say benefits for you and because of your passion?
Well, first off, you should find something that you're passionate about. In addition to volunteering with Townsend Smith, my wife and I also volunteer with the Optimist Club of Milton. And we've been delivering food to needy families since COVID started every Wednesday afternoon. The Optimists are delivering probably 70 or 80 meals to families. So it's a case of find something that you're passionate about, get out and get involved. One of the reasons my wife and I got involved is we've raised 3 young children here. It's been a great community to raise kids in, and we still have 2 of them living in town. One moved to Toronto, unfortunately. But it's a great area to get involved in and help and volunteer in something you like. The Optimist Club, Friends of Youth, Townsend Smith, the hospice, there's United Way, there's Rotary Club, there's the Lions Club. So find something you like and participate in it. And if you're not sure you like it or not, go out and try it. Every one of these associations will welcome you with open arms and let you come in and just meet some great people and just look to fraternize with some of them as well.
That's great.
Heather, we've had the real pleasure all this week in presenting some very, very dear volunteers with this award. And each one of them, you can see, speaks from the heart. And my word, John, you're so motivational in what you're saying. I'm going to use a word that you said and flip this over to Kate, because I'd really like her to be able to talk a little bit more about Townsend Smith Foundation. But passion seems to be at the heart of everything that the volunteers are doing. And I mean, John's right on the, right on when he says it's passion that drives us through it. Well, it's passion that drives you and your colleagues at Townsend Smith as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the foundation?
Kate or I?
Kate, I'd love to hear from.
Sure, absolutely. So Townsend Smith is working very passionately, as you use that word, Michael, as well, to bring a hospice to North Halton. There is certainly a gap in service, and it is so important that this is offered to the community. And the board, driven by John, is extremely prepared to see this project through to fruition and make this absolute dream a reality. And every day we get closer because of the amount of volunteers and the passion that people are really putting into this project. And really, all of our volunteers are the heart of hospice.
You know, you're absolutely right. And I think that much more with respect to what Townsend Smith does as well. In many ways, I really believe that you are probably part of extended families of so many families who have come to you and need that help and that support, and at a very important time in a family's life. And so for everything that you're doing, congratulations, thank you. John, to you especially today, congratulations on receiving this year's Volunteer Impact Award. Incredible work that you do, and I wish you well, but congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say one last thing. We started using this phrase, one of our volunteers, I believe, came up with it, and we started using it probably about 3 years ago, and that is, a community without a hospice is without a heart. And it's one of those things. There's so many people in town that would love to see a hospice here, and yet it's such a big struggle trying to find a site and raise the funds. And I'm hoping that, as I say, this year we'll be able to announce that we have a site that is finalized and we're really moving forward. But whether that's this year or next year, we'll make it happen.
I'm sure you will. Your drive and passion is incredible, and the way our communities are growing so much, it's such a needed service, as you mentioned, and just people do get passionate about it. It's wonderful, and I know that you will see that light at the end of the tunnel. It's a lot of hard work, but be very proud of all the work that you've done in coming so far. Just amazing. So congratulations.
And
big thing is, it's not any one person, it's a group of people. And I want to publicly thank everyone who's been on our board and working with us, and all the volunteers. Without your help, we wouldn't be where we are today. So
Absolutely.
And Heather, we're joined by some really great board members as well. So I wanted to give them a chance to jump in if they wanted to comment on anything as well.
Absolutely. And we didn't have a chance to say hello to Margaret, and just came in a little bit later. So, but anyone, yes, please, love to hear from you.
Okay, I'll go first. Being, I believe, one of the newest board members, I've actually been familiar with Townsend Smith for quite a few years and heard buzz in the community about what they were doing and was really intrigued. And I have a background in funeral service, so I had had some interactions with hospice in the past to the families that we would serve at the funeral homes. So when the opportunity came up to join the board, I applied. I jumped at it because it really spoke to me. And with hospice, this is, you know, volunteering is altruistic, obviously, but with hospice, it's something that potentially all of us could use in the future. You know, we really don't know. A family member, a loved one, or ourselves. It's something that the community benefits from and that each of us could potentially benefit from in a very personal way in the future. So that's how I keep my eye on the goal. It's not just for me or for the community, it's for everyone. So I want to thank John for his leadership over these many years. Looking forward to continuing to work with you as you remain on the building committee. And yeah, I mean, things are getting really close. I can feel it, and the buzz is building and momentum is building. And I know that based on the foundation that the previous boards have built, we're going to have great success very soon.
Awesome.
I'd just like to say too, because I've been with Townsend Smith since 2012. So although I haven't been a board member the whole time, I've been the recording secretary and have worked with John really closely in his role as chair, and his work ethic is an example to all of us, his commitment. And also, you know, these positions are very complex and have a lot of requirements. You know, we have to bring a variety of traits that will make us successful. John has been such a wonderful public face for us, and very much appreciated. I feel, John, you have to retire in June, and I feel bad that we're kind of always saying goodbye right now, but it's been such a pleasure to serve with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. And just congratulations again. It's just wonderful. So thank you for all that you do.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations, John.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.